Alright, it is week 2. We must bounce back from some really bad hacks last week. That was a moral victory for us, so let us see if we can continue to be a good little boy, moral, and succeed here. We're playing Ninja Warrior, who I've been in with a league before. I'm not sure if I played him there. This team of his, we kind of cooked in the PRs. I don't remember exactly what we said about it, but like there's a lot of weaknesses that it has. But actually prepping against it, it was a lot harder than I thought it would be. It has a lot of bulk, and I guess like my team doesn't have like as much power as a lot of these Uber teams, so that was going to be a challenge. And excuse me, and Calyrex is actually really scary. Like its typing is so bad, but like it hits. Not only does it hit really hard, but I was gonna say is it's extremely bulky. It can take like 3 hits, like from like anything, like no matter what. It's crazy. So I just wanted to try and my main idea was I wanted to try and beat everything down first, and then so I would load up on checks to Calyrex, so that I could then handle it in the end game, and try to hit it 3 times with whatever. Also, just he has like a lot of good mons. Like the bulk down here is good, very good Terra Captains. My Lodic was going to be a big problem. Ogre Pond was going to be a big problem, and I didn't even think Rotom Heat was going to be a big problem, but it does come, and it is a big problem. So this is the team. I really started with Zamazenta. It outspeeds everything. He's really weak to fighting, so I wanted to try and use that liberally. At least that was the idea going in, and try and spam CC. Greninja similarly is powerful into his team of choice specs. Thundurus is mainly here because I really need to deal with Milotic for Zamazenta. Like it's the main thing that gets in its way. Same thing with Golingo here, and we don't need Dark Pulse. Like Discharge is fine there. Iron Shreds, he's extremely weak to Steel, and this should be good also for Ogre Pond. It does low kick is going to be a big problem, and in general, I thought even about bringing Hydrapple just for Ogre Pond, but I didn't want to have it all be on Zama for that, but I did not do that. Ho-Oh is going to be mostly a check for Calyrex. And then it's kind of same thing with Vaporeon. I mean, they should do other stuff as well, like deal with Milotic, and Mamoswine. My throat does not feel great. Excuse me. Yeah. So that was kind of the idea. Try and get Zama going, and yeah, okay, so but then let's get into the game. I do not see Milotic. That's very good. What else don't I see? I don't see Mamoswine. That wasn't really going to be that big a problem. No Kangaskhan. Yeah, so I mean that Seismic Toss definitely would be a big problem, especially because I did not bring Kofagrigus. He has both Terra Captains here. And yes, the Ogre Pond is scary, and the Rotom Heat. So, by the way, I'm recording this after my week 3 game, and I believe he brought this same exact team to his game after this, which is really I hate to see that. It's unprofessional. We're professionals here. But yeah, I mean like the more I look at the team, like, just every mon is real. They do support each other well. The speed tiering is not bad by any means. Yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. I'm thinking I want to prevent Ogerpon right off the bat. He led that in week 1. Maybe faulty logic to think he's going to just do it again, but I'm going to lead off with Treads because of that. And then, now I do have Rock Slide on this, but obviously I don't want to just raw Rock Slide, you know, and hope that he doesn't overheat, because he can clearly simply overheat. I also don't know what kind of caliber of a player he is. I don't really remember. He's not bad that I remember, but you know, the overheat here is not unfree, I don't think. So yeah, we are just gonna have to go right into Ho-Oh, and now I've been fucked up by a Rotom with sub nasty plot before. In the past in draft it was Rotom Mo, then Substitute in general, because I like to play with like Toxic and like Status a lot, is a lot of the time a problem for me. I do have Toxic on this Ho-Oh, for instance, and I thought I was going to be able to eat any hit and get that Toxic off, but no, because now there's sub. Now I'm not going to die to a +2 Thunderbolt, don't think, but I can't break the sub. So yeah, this is going to be a problem, and we're going to at least get damage on the sub. So right now we're trying to play around, gets that nasty plot, and we do this. Now we're going to break it with U-turn, but he makes the right play and he subs again. Now if I had stayed in there and like Sludge Bombed, that may have been good, because but then after he's gonna overheat. So basically, like, I'm caught in a I'm nearly caught in a pin. Playing around the sub is going to be difficult. If I stay in a Sludge Bomb to break the sub, and then he goes for that sub again, then I Sludge Bomb again, and then he overheats, and he dies, and then my Thundurus dies. So basically, yeah, the substitute is acting as like a mon itself that I have to like 1-for-1 with these. So very annoying. And he greeds another nasty plot. Now my Ho-Oh will die. So I just have to pick the sack, and I'm going to pick Thundurus because my Logic is not here, because it will be outsped by Ogerpon. Yeah, I mean, it was going to be good to hit like Goodra and stuff, but like the stab doesn't hit Goodra. Be good to hit Regirock, I guess, but like overall I thought it was the least important Pokemon. So yeah, and now we're gonna Revenge and get the 1-for-1. Not in a bad position yet. So here's Regirock, and I'm thinking he's gonna like Terra Fairy Body Press. I can't stay in because I'm locked into specs, and I also don't want to go Vaporeon. I don't want it to be weakened, because I really want that for Calyrex. So I'm going to instead go Ho-Oh on the Body Press. He gets a Curse up. So yeah, that Curse was also extremely free. Okay, now we're in a tough spot, because if I go Vapo, that +1 Stone Edge is going to do big damage to me. Now, it's not like I made the right play every time here. I certainly did not, because I could have probably gone Zama here. I mean, he's probably going to Body Press after, and then my attack is not going to do too much damage because he's +1 defense. Same thing with my Scarf rather than Banded Treads. I had a Banded Treads at one point that would have probably ultimately been helpful in this game, but we are Scarf to get over Ogerpon, and like Darkrai and stuff. But like I could have maybe gone Treads and like volted out. But then even then, like, you know, again, I'm taking damage somewhere. So I figured my best play was to go for the burn or the Stone Edge miss. There's a pretty good chance that I get one of those two things. I believe it would be over a 60% chance because it's obviously not just simple addition here, but 20% chance to miss for Stone Edge and like a 47.5% chance to burn with Sacred Fire. The reason why I say 47.5 as opposed to 50 is because we just straight up miss. We miss on that 5% chance, and he hits. That is some very bad luck. Very bad luck indeed. Because we would live that. We would live that after Stonehenge, and then we can regen back up. So we have gotten almost zero value out of Ho-Oh. At least it was kind of a 1-for-1 with Thunderous. But yeah, that's our number one pick. I don't know if, you know, to the extent that I've been having too much of that mentality this season because of the Ubers format. You know, I've seen people not bring both Ubers. Like right here, he does not have his Kangaskhan. So I don't know. I mean, Ho-Oh really was not that great in this matchup, and it wasn't the best in the week 1 matchup either. I mean, I guess it was a powerful Trick Room attacker spamming Brave Bird though. It's almost like Ho has been better offensively than defensively, because yeah, but that is not good. It was hacks again, sort of, but you know, I don't know if it was. I think it was probably still my best play, to be honest. Like, because again, I just do not want to get hit on Vaporeon. I can calc what it would do to Vaporeon, but if I recall, it would do like, it wouldn't do 50, but at the same time, it's like, I just don't want to worry about it. Now I do have Wish Protect, so maybe I'm just like, I'm worrying too much about that chip. But like, I mean, like he just sets up and sets up. I do have Scald, and in fact, I'm gonna go into Vapo now and get the Scald burn. Yes. So yeah, right there it doesn't do nothing. So you can see that body press, which I would say probably is gonna do more than Stone Edge, did 19. So it was gonna do close to 40. So it was gonna be hitting me for big damage, and I didn't really want to sit on it with the Wish Protect and just keep doing that. But you know, I don't know. Also, you know, these things often run rest. So, but yeah, it can't have, you know, that much stuff in the moveset. So like no Terra Blast, Fairy if there is rest. So Burn, I'm thinking maybe he's not rest because he's also leftovers. He's clearly not Chesto. Here comes the flip turn. I'm gonna go Gren because Gren can still hit it pretty hard. And now Gren will not die to Body Press if it turns into a water type. Does good damage with 2 hit from there, but he is rest. That is very annoying. Okay, now we're going to predict the Goodra. Now, we get that right. Treads should be doing over 50 to Goodra with the EQ, even with Scarf not banned. Oh, he's Fizz Def. Oh, and he has knockoff heat. Okay. Well, that is really bad. I did not count for Fizz Def Goodra. That's, I don't know. You could call it an oversight for sure, I suppose. But yeah, the thing is, yeah, I was not really thinking about what he might do into me to deal with me. And having extra Fizz Def on Goodra, considering the, I guess I have a physical bias on my team, you know, like, he doesn't need that much special for something like Thunderous. Deancey, I mean, he maybe just gets out. I don't know, maybe, but like, he's also got Terra. He can't do it right now, but he's got Terra on Goodra and stuff, so, Yeah, FizzDev makes more sense than I thought, so maybe I have to look more into that, especially because I'm not gonna KO with the EQ. I'm gonna try and get the Iron Head flinch at least, and I'm thinking that he also can't do anything to me even with like Fire Blast, but he has counter. So right now I'm getting out-teched. It's not common for me to get out-teched, I guess, but right now I'm getting very little value out of out of these two very important team members. So yeah, it's like he's outlasting me for sure. He's got incredible bulk on these two Pokemon. Yeah, so I'm gonna go Zama to try and just pick it off. He is not gonna let me pick it off, and that's really annoying because the only way to really deal with Golden Go is to crunch it. So I'm gonna stay in and crunch, and it doesn't do 50% anyway. Okay, so again more FizzDef. Yeah, he's just outlasting because I thought about this turn a lot. Like, would he T-Bolt or T-Wave? Now, if he T-Bolts, predicting a switch, then I'm gonna stay in and crunch and to get that 2-hit from there. And if he T-Waves, then the idea would be to go Vaporeon. The thought process at that point was not like a toss-up. It was that I would rather, if I go Vaporeon and he T-Bolts, then I have bigger problems with Calyrex. I'm also, like I said, I wanted to be more liberal with Zamazenta, but the thing is, the Regirock, even with Terra Fairy, and the Goodra and stuff, like, it's just not strong enough. Like, he didn't bring stuff that Zamazenta beat. Zamazenta beat what? Maybe Calyrex, hopefully. Kangaskhan, Darkrai, Mamoswine, Weezing, and Ogerpon, and hopefully Regirock as well, but not like a cursed up Regirock. So, yeah, he just didn't really bring stuff that Zamazenta would be good into. Yeah, I don't know if that was a strategic decision on his part, but it was wise, or it certainly worked out. And especially because then the T-Wave comes down. That's not good. It's not over, because like even with like Ogerpon's low kick and stuff, it's not like I can still hopefully try and figure this out. And Zamazenta is at full health, very bulky, even without +1 defense Dauntless Shield. So we may be working something here. But at this point, I don't know what happened here. Like, I guess he predicted a crunch, but then I would, basically, like, to crunch to finish it off. I guess I predicted this, and then to finish it off here. And then this just sucks. Look at this. Look at this. This is insane. This is Specs. And it is a roll. I think it was in my favor. I don't know. And then I don't get it. And now I don't have the Specs anymore. And now, yeah. I don't have another play into this. I can't just go. I can't let it SD. I have to attempt to deny an SD. So I'm going to try and at least get the Dark Pulse flinch into like Ice Beam or something. So, but he does just KO me with Trailblaze. I guess he doesn't have another Grass move, which makes sense. Yeah. At this point, you know, I'm flailing around. I'm not gonna win. You can tell. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I'm just that move like was just nothing. You know, like I was just randomly doing that. Vaporeon double. Maybe it was instinct because it ended up being the right play. And then I didn't even consider Swords Dance. Again, that's another out tech. I had no idea that this thing even got Swords Dance. He's also not setting up Trick Room. And it's going to turn out that he actually was speed invested, because he's going to be able to outspeed my Paralyzed Zamazenta, and I thought I would still outspeed that. So, yeah. He was also Covert Cloak, so the Scald Burn was never going to happen. I knew Seed Bomb could come. It was good tech, but Doge brought it. And I expect to see more of that this season, because bulky water is traditionally makes sense as an answer to Calyrex. But that was my worst loss in a long time. Oh, I have baseball on the TV, and something very weird with the camera just happened. Okay, well, that's more entertaining than this game, because that was really bad. That was not a good game at all. I got steamrolled. Ninja got everything that he wanted, and I got nothing at all. So hopefully, we can exploit some more. Figure out what another flaw in his team might be and attempt to exploit it. But the more I look at it, it's very well rounded. I just don't know. We didn't really see the vision, but he does have 11 very bringable, very good Pokemon. Pokemon that can be very good in an Uber's format. Especially, there's no real stat slouch at all. He's got these are his lowest tier Pokemon, Regirock and Goodra. Now Regirock is tearing it up. It's the GS kill leader, but if Ninja stays at number 1 like he is right now, then that won't even matter. You have to be 5th place or lower for GS kills to secure you anything. Yeah, I mean, GG's. I need to recalibrate this, because I'm 0-2 for the first time in a long time. So we got to figure out what the heck we're doing. It was a moral victory last week. Yeah, that was truly a curse. Because now we have a very serious loss here. So either we're going to get playoff revenge, or we are going to hopefully avoid the playoffs, or we're going to lose again. Because I don't know if I didn't have the matchup. Because I have Zamazenta, right? But he didn't bring anything that Zamazenta would be worth helping with. Maybe I didn't build correctly around Zamazenta. I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna stick with, look at all the stuff Zamazenta deals with. I need to really focus down the stuff that it does not deal with. And also Rotom Heat. Man, that was an issue, for sure, with that sub. Gotta pay more attention to Substitute as a possibility from here on. Look at that in the calcs. Yeah, anyway, we're gonna on to the next one. Goodbye.